Hi, welcome to Ammosmith.com. As part of your rifle brass preparation, I want to introduce you to a couple of tools that you may or may not have seen on the bench before. What I have here is a primer pocket uniforming tool, and I have a flash hole uniforming tool. These things really make a big difference in your downrange performance. This particular one here is made by RCBS. I'm familiar with this tool, but I believe that this tool here cuts a more consistent flash hole than the RCBS one. Now, one of the things you need to be aware of is that a large rifle primer pocket has a different dimension than a large pistol. Now, looking at my information here, in a large pistol primer pocket should be 0.118 to 0.122 inches deep. And the large rifle is between 1.28 and to 0.132. I'm going to show you how to measure this. On the end of your caliper, you have a little part here that sticks out. This is for measuring depth. And the way I do this is I don't bring the caliper into the primer pocket. What I do is I bring it out just a little bit further, and then push this in. And so I am within the tolerances, but I want to square up my primer pocket. I've already had this pre-adjusted for large rifle. And the way this works is you take the tool and you insert it into the primer pocket. You just give it a twist. It doesn't take much, and it doesn't take a lot off, but what you will notice on the inside is your primer pocket is completely square and flat. And that makes for a nice point for seating your primer very evenly. Now the other tool here is my primer or my flash hole uniforming tool. And I had this adjusted the way I want it. The only problem with this tool is finding the flash hole. It takes a little bit of experience, and you will see the little drill bit, and when you cut, it takes out very little of the material out of the flash hole. What it does is it makes them all even. If you look at your flash holes on the case you have not uniform, what you will see is they're not exactly round. And I'll take a close-up of this tool here. This has a slight bevel to it. It gives it kind of like a nozzle shape. So every time your primer fires, it hits the charge in there evenly and precisely each and every time. It gives you better ignition, and it gives you better groups downrange. This is a little tricky. And if you have an out around flash hole, you're going to feel this thing stick. Doesn't take much material. But it does a good job. Okay, notice the one on the left. This one had the primer pocket uniforming tool run through it. It's very square on the bottom. It's flat and very consistent. If you look at the one on the right, however, what you'll notice is it's kind of dirty, and it has some ridges on the inside of it here, like right around where the flash hole is. The primer pocket uniforming tool takes all of that out. Here's the cutter on the flash hole uniforming tool. You notice it'll cut like a little nozzle on the inside of the case in order to direct the flash from the primer directing to the powder, not in any angles or in any inconsistent way.